Well, shalom, shalom. I'm Barbara, and I'm always short and sweet. Today we're going to talk about what is Yom Kippur and what is Day of Atonement for. Yom Kippur is Hebrew for Day of Atonement, and it's all about the blood. And Leviticus 16 highlights the ceremony of Yom Kippur, and what was started back there on trumpets 10 days before was repentance, self-evaluation, asking forgiveness of others. And the fall feasts are trumpets, which was the first day of the 7th month. The next one was Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, the 10th day of the 7th month, and that was followed by Tabernacles. So that period from trumpets to Day of Atonement is known as the 10 days of repentance. So at the end of the video, I will give you links to the other 2 videos that we did about trumpets and Scapegoat. I'll leave those links for you. So on trumpets, it is written, and Day of Atonement, it is sealed. In the Day of Atonement and the Gospel, that's what this is all about. And it's about Yeshua. These goats foreshadowed the sacrifice of Yeshua when the Messiah would die on Calvary. On the Day of Atonement, 2 goats were chosen. The priest cast lots for the 2 goats. You'll find all that in Leviticus 16. And 1 goat was chosen for Jehovah, and 1 goat was chosen for the scapegoat. 1 goat who had the lot of Jehovah was slain as a blood sacrifice outside the camp to symbolically cover the sin of Israel. And Yeshua died outside of the camp, as it says in Hebrews 13. For the bodies of those beasts whose blood is brought into the sanctuary by the high priest for sin were burned without the camp. And wherefore Yeshua also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, was sacrificed outside the camp. And the scapegoat, the other goat, would be brought before the priest, and he would lay his hands on the head of the goat and confess all the sins of the people. Then that goat would not be slain. It would be sent out into the wilderness, representing the sins being taken out of the midst of Israel. That scapegoat in Hebrew is called Aziel, for absolute removal. It was for symbolic removal of the people's sins with the literal removing of the goat. Then the high priest only went into the most holy place 1 time a year, and that was on Day of Atonement. He placed burning coals on a censer and took it in with the incense and all the smoke of the incense, and he took the blood in with him behind the veil. Yeshua, our high priest, also has the prayers of the saints and incense burning, and we will see that he is in the heavenlies. And the high priest sprinkled the goat's blood on the atonement cover, and then 7 times in front of it. So Day of Atonement is all about the blood of the sacrifice, and we know that we have redemption through Yeshua's blood, our sacrifice. Yeshua is also the high priest, Hebrews 4, seeing that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yeshua, the Son of Yah. Let us hold fast to our profession. He is there, and he is a high priest which knows our infirmities. He was tempted at all points as we are. So Day of Atonement is about the blood, and it's about the blood of Yeshua. He's our sacrifice, and it's about our forgiveness and redemption through Yeshua, our high priest. What does the Bible say about Day of Atonement or Yom Kippur? Leviticus 23. On the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a Day of Atonement. It shall be a holy convocation to you. You shall afflict your souls. And it says, offer an offering made by fire, which Yeshua was the offering, so there's no offering like that now. But he said to do no work on that day, and the person that doesn't afflict their soul will be cut off. But he does say it is a statute forever that we are to remember the 10th day of the 7th month as Day of Atonement and afflict our souls. And there is no manner of work done on it. It is a Sabbath rest. So what happens on Day of Atonement? You can hold a holy convocation. It's a day of worship and prayer, a day to humble our souls. And Isaiah 58 says a humbling of the soul with fasting. And many people fast and pray without eating, but there are other forms of fasting also that some people do. It's a day of no working, and it's afflicting our soul, asking forgiveness, making sure we're right with our Elohim. So today we've talked about Day of Atonement and the Gospel, and Yehovah said that these are my feasts, and Day of Atonement is one of the fall feasts. And he said these are his feasts forever. So that sounds pretty impressive to me. For the other two videos that are already done about the feast, one is about trumpets and one is about tabernacles, and I'll leave these links below. Matthew 1:21, and you shall call his name Yeshua, Jesus. Actually, Yeshua in Hebrew means salvation. And he shall save his people from their sins. So like if this is a blessing to you, and share with your friends that love Yeshua. And look for the links below I'm going to leave. And remember, I'm always short and sweet. I'll be back next time, yeah, willing. And subscribe for more information about your Hebrew roots. And hit that little bell so that you don't miss anything that's coming up. So thank you for listening, and I'll be back soon.